Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, my channel's Finding Value. Today I'm going to go over some technical analysis. It's going to be a little bit different than usual. What I'm doing is I'm comparing a pattern that we have in Ethereum to patterns that we're seeing in uranium. The pattern in Ethereum is real clean. It's a very tight, compact pattern because it's going very fast in comparison to a lot of other asset classes. It cycles through it fast. And uranium's very long and drawn out. And I'm going to try to show you where we are in that pattern. And what we have is an alignment between market conditions, valuations, in terms of uranium being cheap, and the market conditions being inflationary. So the inflationary environment's going to rotate all this in terms of money flows. Uranium's in an excellent spot, technically, in terms of charts. So let's dive in. I'll show you what I've got in terms of charting here. It's pretty cool. So uranium, we've got a star here. The star is the peak. We've got these two arrows lining up. And if you were to look at the pattern, this consolidation pattern between star and this down arrow is one consolidation pattern between top and bottom. And what I'm proposing by looking at this chart, and you were to go through it and scribe through it, is that the arrows of the arrow, we have this downward movement. This bar, you can move it up a little bit or sideways. We've got the lower arrow at the lower arrow, and we're coming up right at the end of this arrow. So I think we might have, a year or less to go higher here, before going higher. Here's another pattern. I'm using copper in relationship to uranium royalty chart. Circle, circle, down, downtrend, downtrend, box, box. And we're right at the end here, is what I'm proposing. We have this kind of movement higher here and over, higher and over. We came up, and we're starting to come back in this box right here is where I think we're at. So anytime before moving higher, using this analysis of copper. Looking at Ethereum and Fission Uranium Corporation, we've got the star, star. It's all alignment. Again, we're right here at this arrow before the move higher. Same thing with Ethereum and Next Gen Energy. We have the front half just cut off of Next Gen Energy, but the arrow is aligned with the arrow, and this is the upper portion. And usually it scribes down a little bit lower, and then it has a little bit more consolidation sideways before moving up. So I think we have a little bit more time, maybe 6 months or maybe less, to go before we start moving higher, according to the pattern at least. Same thing with UEX Corp. You align all these up, and we're right there trying to break to the upside at some point. It could be any time. I don't know the exact time frame, but it looks good. Encore Energy has a very large move that could potentially move higher here, because you've got the star and the arrow. We came all the way down, and we're starting to come back up, and we're scribing out this gigantic pattern right here. Not where the arrow's at, but down here. That's where I think we are, because all the other ones are there. I don't see why this would be any different. So the gains in the beginning here have been very good. So I expect this to be one of the top performers, just based off of how much it's moved off its bottom already. It could have a very large move, and I don't know if that's a correct statement. That's me speculating. I don't know if this lead-in move, if it's bigger, this correlated to this, if that being bigger would lead to a larger up move. I think it would, but I'm making that speculation myself. Star, arrow, and we're right there on deep yellow, trying to, I think, at any time, move higher here. It's going to be a nice, good move. Bannerman, same move. We kind of are right at that same spot, moving sideways. At any point now, we're ready to move higher, I think. I see it across the entire sector. I didn't do all of the companies. I did look at some of the companies in terms of basically how much they moved off their bottoms. I don't know if it's a direct correlation, saying that the beginning move, the bigger the beginning move, the bigger the move it could potentially have later on. Of the moves that had larger first kind of up moves were Forcis Metals, Bannerman. I think Deep Yellow could have a pretty good look at it. Encore Energy was very good. Next Gen Energy was pretty good. Global Atomic had a very large move. But those are the ones that I thought looked pretty good. The other ones didn't have as large a move. Something like a Laramide wasn't as big. Goviax wasn't as big. A lot of the other ones were not as large. And I don't know if that's a fair statement. I'm just saying that the first lead-in, this first move on this side here, from bottom up to top, some of them are pretty large. And if that's analogous to what the move is coming afterwards, those are the ones that I saw that had the largest ones, the biggest moves. And I don't know if it is. I don't know if that's necessarily the case. Maybe some of them have warrants and other things there that are slowing their move. And then once those run out or whatever, maybe they'll go up vertically or something. I don't know. But I'm just letting you know that the ones that I saw were those companies that had the largest lead-in moves. Let me know if you like this type of analysis, if this helps you out. I think with the alignment of valuations, market conditions, and then even these charts and how they align, I'm very excited to see what happens in the medium, short to medium term here. When we're going to turn up, I'm not so concerned. I would be fine staying down another couple months so I could accumulate some more shares. I'm pretty confident that it's coming. I don't know the exact timing of it. But looking at these charts and seeing how basically they compare and how similar they are and what happened after where we are, today in Ethereum, because that basically shot up higher and had a very large move. I think that's coming. It's obviously going to take more time because these charts are much larger in uranium. But I think the overall size of these could be absolutely mind-boggling, especially when we're so underbuilt in real estate, which could be a very inflationary period. Also, where commodities are priced and where uranium's priced in relationship to gold. We could see a massive move higher. Timeline, I don't know the exact timing, but I'm in them. I'm in these companies. I'm holding on, and I'm not doing anything with my shares. I'm just holding on, hoping that this guy comes at some point and continuing to accumulate and cost average in to my favorite companies. If you guys like this content, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.